Welcome back to Budget Beauty. This is Budget Beauty's weekend Saturday main series episode where once a week I come in and I do my makeup and I talk about things going on with me and Budget Beauty, and I do long form content and I do a full face of makeup. I am Lindsay Beatty. I am the creative force and the face behind Budget Beauty. And this week we don't have a particular theme going on. We don't have anything going on. I just wanted to do my makeup and I decided I was going to do green today because I felt like doing green. I hadn't done green in a minute. And so here we are. So, to get started, I got everything, pretty much ready to go. I do need to get some, face primer, but other than that, we should be ready to go. So I'm going to get started, but I really don't have anything going on this week for once. It is the end of April, and so wedding anniversary stuff has passed. We've done all that we need to do for like events wise until my birthday in June. So we don't have anything going on as far as I know. And I'm actually I have some free time. It's a weekend where I did not have something going on. So I was like, yay, I can actually do stuff at the house by myself. Because as I tell my husband all the time, you got to have time to do the things you want to do. And that don't involve me all the time. Yes, I love spending time with you, obviously, but I'm like, no, we do have separate interests and we have separate things that we like doing that don't involve each other. So I tell him, and I used to tell my first husband all the time, a man need man time to do man things. Well, woman need woman time to do woman things also. So one of those things is makeup for me. So, and as much as he is supportive and as much as he is involved to the point that he does, like be in the room with me while I'm doing my makeup, he's not like part of Budget Beauty. He's Mr. Budget Beauty, but he ain't part of Budget Beauty. Like, he ain't involved in the operations. From time to time, I'm like, babe, come with me while I'm going shopping because I need somebody to hold the bag. Or, hey, can you buy me this makeup or whatever? So stuff like that. Or he'll tell me, he'll pick a color for me because I'm like, okay, well, I done exhausted all my ideas about color, help. So he will do that. So that is helpful. But for the most part, no, he is not part of the operations of Budget Beauty. So this weekend I'm actually on my own to do stuff. So we're gonna get started. So as I said, the color today is gonna be green. I got this green top from Old Navy some months ago, and I'm just now wearing it because it's really a spring and it's real thin. It's not a thick top. And I got this sweater from New York and Company and many ages ago. And yeah, the green. that's and my scarf, but green. So let's get started. To start, this is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I had to think about that for a second. This is the regular version, original. So also this morning I did take the time to get myself a little organized in here with my makeup and get my kit organized because your girl got entirely too much makeup. That's what happens when you go buy stuff and you try it and you want to see what it's like, and then you keep it. And so I have to have some place to put it. Well, in here where I do my makeup is where I keep my makeup. So I have a lot of makeup. So I just got it a little organized. I bought some storage options, storage solutions. I'm looking down at them. I got them off of Amazon. They were like little Lazy Susans. And so and also I got the one that I bought from Avon when I made the recent Avon trip. I have set that up. I'm trying to do this with both hands to make this easier. so I don't get all in my face, and it's just smarter to do it this way. So what I'm doing, I'm applying this as my eyeshadow primer. And we are going to be using a 2 powder eyeshadow choices today. Green. So I was like, well, let me go ahead, since I have time, let me go ahead and get this organized and cleaned up in here. So what I did was I moved all of what I would consider my high-end, my mid-tier, and my high-end makeup to one little section, and then and I also organized my powder blush, because I got a lot of powder blush, and all of my setting powders, got a lot of that too. So I was like, we need to get that cleaned up. And so that's what I did. I also processed the last little bit of my latest beauty haul. I processed that makeup and got that settled into the kit, and straightened up my little area and changed around where I put things. I moved my ring light back a little bit, so that's why it's a lot farther away than normal. Also, you can kind of sort of see my sign now a little bit, like the edge of it, but you can't really see it that well because right where my camera is not turned toward that, so it's fine. One day I would like to get a vanity. I would really like to get a vanity, and like a sit down vanity with some lighting, some great lighting, and a space to be able to do it. I can do it in here. I have a bedroom in which I am doing this, but it's also where I keep my desktop computer. I keep my I'm trying to think, what else do I keep in here? Video games. So, because all of this over here, where y'all usually see where my I keep my rags and stuff, and my other makeup palettes and all, that's all of this is video games. So I literally don't have any place to put it. So, all right, let's talk about this face while I'm waiting on my eyes to dry. Let's talk about face primer. So now, the other day, I used this in the buying and trying because I wanted to see how this worked. I liked it. This is the Essence Bouncy Plump Smoothing Primer. So I'm going to use this again. It's hydrating and plumping. I'm going to use this again because I liked it. It was decent. Smelled interesting. I still can't figure out where I smelled it before. But I smelled it before. This is a very familiar scent. I just don't remember where. Sometime in the 90s, I'm pretty sure. Probably late 90s is what this reminds me of. So I don't know what I was smelling, but this does in fact dry translucent. It does not give me a cast of any kind. It does smooth it out. It smooths my skin out and blurs. So yeah, I am pleased with this. I like this. This was pretty good, as I am with most of my Essence products. Matter of fact, I can't think of a single Essence product that I was like, I don't like this. And I know people like harp on it, but listen, for the price, the quality is very good. Essence and Wet n Wild are on the same price point most of the time, and I can't think of a single thing Essence wise that I don't like, that I feel like did not do what I wanted it to do, and didn't work well. This is fantastic, and it was only like probably $5.99. So yeah, that's a good primer for $5.99. All of their setting sprays, their concealers, I love them. Their foundation, I love it. Both the stick and the because I have a stick foundation from them, and I have some liquid foundation, and it's great. I like it. I just don't wear it often, but I like it. So yeah, think I even got some eyeshadow primer from them, and I like that too. So I don't have any problems with Essence at all. I really actually really like Essence. Mascara is fantastic. Um, Especially because I like their mascara because it does false lash effect, and I can use it to effect what I'm trying to do without wearing false lashes just yet. So yeah, it's excellent drugstore. Even though I can't buy it at the drugstore, I have literally only bought Essence on Amazon and at Ulta. It's the only two places I've ever bought Essence. I've never bought it at the drugstore because you can't find it at the drugstore. But it's a drugstore. It's a drugstore price, and so it's yeah. So yeah, their blush, liquid blush, great. Um, yeah, I can't think of a single product that they've ever had that I don't like. Okay. Um, all right. So while my face is drying, let's focus our attention on the eyes now because my eyes are dry. They're ready to go. So we're going to cut the crease. I'm not going to use a green to cut my crease. I'm going to use Mr. Soft Pencil Senior to cut it and give it a black cut crease. And do like that right there. Okay. And then same thing on the other side. And connect the dots. All right. So then let's talk about the eyeshadow. Now we're going to use two different eyeshadows today. So one is from the Wet n Wild palette, this middle part where my pinky is. And then one is from Essence, the Art Gallery palette. We're going to use the matte out of this Art Gallery palette. And we're going to use the shimmer because this is a shimmer. This green is a shimmer out of this one. So let's start with Essence. So y'all can see I've used some of these shades already. I really like this, and I really kind of want to go back and get the other corresponding palette here, but I keep not doing it. So I had to reach down because I got to get a tool out of here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take probably this one, this green base. This is a matte green base, and we're gonna use this one to do the base, and then we're gonna supplement with the shadow. So the other one from the Wet n Wild. So let's just hang tight for a second. Let me grab a tool because we're gonna need it for both palettes. As y'all can see, I am now running out of this, and I have several waiting in the kit, in the backup kit, to replace as soon as we're ready. All right. So let's open this up. I've never used the green in this, and it does have a shimmer in here. So depending on how that Wet n Wild shimmer works, we may come back and use the shimmer from the this Essence one. So I'm just picking it up, this one, with my tool and applying. So, as outside of makeup and things, we have been just going to work and trying to be quiet and live a peaceful, quiet life over here. Not too much going on. I did watch Swinguli last week. Gonna watch it again this week. We did use the Friendly app to do so. Loved it. It was an episode from 2020, and so but I mean, I wouldn't have known the difference until I read it somewhere else, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine with me. I don't care. I enjoyed the show. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed seeing Sven and Nasty. I do like the characters, and so I'm looking forward to House of Svengoolie. That is, so as I have learned, they don't do it every Saturday. They do it once a month. And so looking forward to that. And when they come next, not next week, but the week after that. So May 16th is when House of Svengoolie does the hosting. And gonna watch to see what's going on there. And because they are doing Rosemary's Baby that week. So they released the schedule. What happens here is, like I say, once a month, they release the schedule ahead of time. And once a month, they do House of Svengoolie. And so that is when Gwen Gooley and Nasty and Nostalgia for Ratu and Imp are hosting, and they take segments and do things and skits and things. So once a month they host that, and they will let you know which one it is. And so the rest of it is Sven, and so himself, Svengoolie himself. So I really like the concept, and I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed what they were doing. I enjoyed what like the little trivia facts and the little, like the little odds and ends and the little skits. They had a little skit with Nasty, and so I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. And so I'm very excited. So we did get some food. We ate while we watched. I got some pizza and got some wings, and we got back home and we watched it. So yeah, I'm very very pleased. All right, so now as I've added my green, as you can see, that green is very pigmented. That is super pigmented. That's on the level of some Juvia's Place pigment. For that, yeah, that's on the level of some Juvia's Place pigment, or ColourPop, because ColourPop's pretty pigmented too. All right, so now from the Wet and Wild palette here, we're going in with this middle one. Now I've used these other ones. I've used some of the other ones, and I like them. This is not bad, but this is like a shimmer shade, so we're gonna go in with this and see what it does. See if I can pick it up and do anything with it. If not, I will go back in and add that shimmer from the Art Gallery Essence palette. Yeah, this shimmer is not really, I mean, it's shimmery, but it's not really doing anything. And I know I have put stuff on here, so it's not that I don't have anything on here. I can see the shimmer a little bit, but I gotta build it. Now, it's not to say this is bad. Now, if I were just doing this by itself, fine. If this was the green that I started with, this would have been fine. And not as not being used as a topper. It would be fine. So, I'm okay with that. I'm still okay with this because it is giving me some type of shimmer. It's just not like, say, on the level of a Elf Finest Fleck eyeshadow topper or a Juvia's Place, or this is like a very muted shimmer. If I had used a shimmer as a base coat. So, but the green, I like the subtle shimmer. I do. Just knowing that I would have started with that first. So let's go back into that Art Gallery palette. And I'm going to see what that top green does. Because this top green is a shimmer. Okay, so this green right here is a shimmer. It's also a different shade of green almost. This is more of that matte that I started with is a like a deep forest green. This is like a regular Kelly green. So we're going to see what happens when I do this. Now, if I really want shimmer, I can go get a shimmer. Don't worry about that. I could really shimmer this out if I really, really wanted to. And I was really jumped up and concerned about it. Okay. So because it's a different green, it acts as like a green highlight to the shimmer. So, I mean, y'all still can't see it on camera, but I know because it's not really reading on camera, but it's green. I promise. It is a green shimmer on here, and it's like a highlight, so it's fine. It just looks like I have a lot of green eyeshadow on my eyes, so that's perfectly fine. Okay. So knowing that, then let me think. Who can give me a shimmer real quick? Oh, definitely ColourPop, because I know it's got shimmer shades in it. All right, this is the Just My Luck palette from ColourPop, and we're gonna open her up. I just realized I can probably take this little thing off here, and it's a mirror in it. I did not know that until just now. I didn't even think about it, that I can take this plastic off of here, and I get a mirror. Look at that. I did not know that. I did not know that. I mean, I didn't think about it until just now, that I could take that plastic off. So y'all can see plastic off, and I have a mirror in it. Okay, so let us see if we can't get a green shimmer out of this. I have used Big Banks before. Act Natural to Matcha is going to be a deep. It's a shimmer, but it's a deep. I've used Kiss My Ass. 50-50. I think I'll try 50-50, because I think I've done 50-50 before. Let's see what it does. It's not really doing anything either, because it's a deep. I mean, it's shimmery. It's a deep shimmer. So what I do over there, got to do over here. All right. So as you can see, yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add, I think Big Banks is one that adds, I think Big Banks adds a different color to it. Okay. All right, now you can start seeing, because I've added like 5 different shimmers on the top of this. You can now see the shimmer showing up on camera. You should be able to on this eye, because that is much brighter than what I was using previously. Which is fine. Okay. 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 I'm fine with that. I know on camera it does not look like much. It is very green and it is shimmery. It's a very subtle shimmer. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I promise you. I'm all right. For what I'm trying to do here, I don't need a ton of like glittery, and I also don't want glittery. I just wanted something to show up as shimmer. So we're good. I'm perfectly fine with that. Let me close that up. Now I have some greens and other things, but I'm perfectly fine with that. That was the ColourPop Just My Luck palette. Okay, so We have done our Wet n Wild. I did buy another Wet n Wild pan, and so we will, once I do my buying and trying and my beauty haul, I will talk about the pan that I bought. I bought some makeup last night out of Walgreens. So let us do our mascara. Now, for this mascara, I'm going to do 2 different mascaras, and so, because I kind of want the eyes to pop. And I'm trying to find my mascara primer. Of course, I stuck it way back in the back when I was doing all my organizing earlier. I stuck it way back in the back, and then didn't grab it. So, before I started filming here. So, let me grab it. And I think today we're going to use the, Essence, so I had to be like, well, which Essence? I mean, there's like 5 essences here. Okay, so this is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara Primer. I have not used it in a hot minute, so we're going to use it. So, don't want to do that. Just twist it. Thank you. It's almost time for a new tube of this. So, all right. That is what I'm adding now. And we're just going to gently add this. I've not worn mascara or makeup in general since Tuesday. Because I did wear a little bit of makeup to work on Tuesday. I didn't wear a lot of makeup. I did just a little bit. I lightly put some on. And then I did a full cleanse on Tuesday night when I took it off because I knew I was working from home on Wednesday. So that gives my skin a day to rest. And then I did, I let it rest. I did not go into the office on Thursday. I stayed home. I had was just not feeling well. And so I wound up not wearing makeup on Thursday as I usually do. So I wound up let my skin rest another, especially after that full cleanse on Thursday night. And then I did and then I did not do makeup yesterday. Yesterday was Friday because I usually do not on Fridays. Right now, I usually let Friday be a day that I let my skin rest also. So what I'm doing here is adding it to the other eye. And one of the reasons why I developed that system was to let my skin rest. Give that baby time to calm down and rest, especially after doing a full face. Because lessons learned from the 12 Days of Beauty, my skin does not like everyday makeup taking it off, everyday makeup taking it off. It don't like all that. So my skin gets, and I have good skin, don't worry about that part. I actually have great skin. And as you can see, it's actually very clear right now. Hyperpigmentation is pretty much gone over here. Very well handled over here. I mean, it's there, but it's not nearly as bad as it was before I started, like treating it. So yeah, the skin is very, very good. And it's pretty clear right now. I have marks, but that's just, I mean, they're fading. It just takes time. And I do use toner. I did buy some more toner last night because I'm running out. But I bought some toner and I use toner. I also use a hyperpigmentation serum made by Live Tinted. It is fantastic. It has greatly cleared up that situation. So yeah, I can't complain about the skin, the situation with the skin. But I know how my skin works. I have dry skin, and my skin does not like constant taking stuff off and putting it on. So I have to give it some days and time in between. And I do not skimp on my skincare at all. If I have to use something expensive, I will. But drugstore works very well. I know how my skin is, but I have to use something. It's got to be done. I cannot not do it. Even if I do lazy skin care, that is something. And it don't mind the lazy skin care. But eventually I'm going to have to do like a full cleanse. So, and I discovered I cannot do a full cleanse every day. That is why I do lazy skincare on the days where I know I'm going to turn around and wear makeup again the next day. I need to do lazy skincare. If I do a full face of skincare every day, I discovered this too. If I do a full face of skincare every day, my skin is just not going to appreciate that. The skin is going to scream at me about it. So it's like I want moisture, but I want a little bit, not a whole lot. Okay, a little bit. And I'm like, like, for real? We mad about the moisture we're getting? Yeah. She don't like. So she does not like. So yeah, I have to be very careful about how I do my skincare. And my husband's skin is the same way. So very quickly, we're going to use two different mascaras today. I felt like being adventurous and being cute with it. We're going to use the Rare Beauty Volumizing and Lengthening Mascara, which I really like. This is more so for the volume. This is in the shade Black. I do like this Rare Beauty. This is very good. I like Rare Beauty as a brand. I do. It's just that Miss Selena Gomez's brand is what I would consider mid-tier, and she is not budget. So I very seldom buy things out of her brand, but the stuff that I've bought, I like. I do really like it. I have bought the foundation, this mascara, two different types of the blush, powder blush. I've got her liquid blush. Yeah, I really, really, really like her stuff. I really like Rare Beauty. And it works well for me, it seems. So, anyway, second one, this one is my high end. This was a splurge item, but this is the Dior Show, like super volumizing, and lengthening. That thing was $38 for some mascara. So, but we're going to start out with the Rare Beauty first. So, yeah, I really like this. I do. It's good mascara. I like her formulations. I like, now my only thing is, her foundation, the foundation is good. The formula is great, but it's very yellow on me. It reads yellowy on me. Now, when I wore it the other day, it was fantastic. I could get around it because I have a red undertone, and the red and the yellow are okay. They work okay together. And when I did my powder setting, it was fine. I could color correct that way and compensate for the extra yellow undertone there. But but it does read as yellow on me. And as I discovered, um, Miss Darcy got her correct shade in from Rare Beauty. They sent her the correct shade for her, and it turns out, so the shade that I use is 36. I bought was 36 medium deep warm, because I am warm toned. Okay. She got 35, and she and I wear the same shade of foundation in the tier. So I was like, ooh, that means I was very close, and I did very well with picking with shade matching. I also used the foundation shade matching, so that was actually pretty good. But we will, if I buy it again, which I probably will. I'll try to buy it when it's on sale, because otherwise I think it's highly, 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 highly priced. But it's good foundation. It is. It's good. It's great foundation. I will know to step down one shade, because that will probably work really well. It also read as yellow on Miss Darcy. So I know it's not just me. It's not me being weird. It's not me being like, oh, I just picked a weird wrong color. Nope. She picked the same one, and when they sent her correct shade, they did the shade match for her, I think, and that was pretty close. So I know then it's not just me just picking some weird shade. So very excited about that. I'm going to try to get it out of Sephora when they have it on sale. And it depends now. If Ulta has it on sale, I will try to get it out of Ulta. Before I try to get it out of Sephora. Because I prefer buying my prestige out of if they're in both places. Because now Sephora does not have the same thing all the time as Ulta in their prestige section. So, and she's considered prestige for them, as is Fenty. So, and I do like Fenty a lot. Like I say, my work niece bought the Fenty foundation and told me, she was like, girl, I spent $40 on this. And I was like, it's not really worth $40. And I was like, oh, I'm glad you told me that before I went and did that. And sure enough, she was correct, because I went right into Ulta like shortly after she told me that, and saw that Fenty in there, and I was like, $40 for that? Listen, I love Rihanna. Do not get me wrong. Y'all, I'm looking at my Fenty right now. I got a couple of Fenty things in here. But I'm not spending $40 on a foundation. I was like, baby doll, thank you for letting Auntie know. Appreciate you. Because Auntie was not going to spend $40 on that. All right, now we're going in with the Dior. I spent $38 on this. 38. It's splurged on this. And it's all right. It's all right. Spent 38 on this. So we're going to have to grin and bear it. But we know for the future. All right, so this is the Dior. I'm adding the Dior to my lashes. Then it's all right. Like I said, it's all right. I can get this with the L'Oreal Extensionist. Now, you can see my lashes. Even from far away, you can see it on this eye. But that's also because I added something else to go along with it. And it's cool. If I dealt in high-end makeup, maybe I might be. But I can get this same effect with the Essence, to be quite honest. And Essence is $5.99 versus 38. So yeah, I can do this cheaper, much cheaper, and get the same effect as this. Because I can do it with the L'Oreal Extensionist. And L'Oreal Extensionist is $16. So half the price of this, I can do the same thing. I really wish my hair would move. Because why is this hair in the way? Let's just go and pull you out there. So yeah, I learned my lesson. And I had been eyeing the Dior for a minute. Because I saw it in a video. Miss Nina Ubi. And I was like, oh girl, how did you do that? Let me go find this. And I found it, and then I just kind of put it on hold for a minute. Trying not to touch my green here. But I can't get around it. Trying to get it from root to tip. Okay. Alright, I'm cool with that. Alright. So that is mascara. So for right now, the eyes are done. The eyes are done. Alright. Now, let's turn our attention to the face. Ew, and I realized what I did. I did not grab. Oh, I see it. I'm sitting here looking at it because I didn't grab it. I didn't grab it. It's fine, though. It's fine. We'll use Mr. Soft Pencil to do what we need to do. Yeah, we'll have to use Mr. Soft Pencil. All right, so I'm thinking about my under eye, under here, and my eyeliner, and I didn't grab that. That was the one thing I didn't grab. Okay, so let us worry about the face now. Face is soft and ready to go. That primer has been sitting and has softened up my skin and covered it, and I can't even tell I put it on. Only reason why I know is because y'all sat here and saw me do it. So now I'm going to use a NYX concealer today. And so this NYX concealer, I want to use a NYX foundation with it. So that's what we're going to do. And if I can get my tool, I can put this foundation on. Of course I don't have my tool in here. I'm looking in my kit and my tools in here, but it's being weird. All right. Okay. So got my Real Techniques. This is, so let's talk about the foundation. This is the NYX Blur, Bear With Me Blur in the shade 18 Nutmeg. Now, I have tried this before. I liked it. It was all right. It worked very well. The shade was correct. I have put it on my little Real Techniques tool, as you can see. And I need a brush to apply it. So we're going to use our new brush that we just bought. The foundation brush. Use it to apply. This is very brownish. It's a lighter brown, but it works. And it is the correct shade. So it's going to lighten it up just a tad. Because it's a little lighter than my actual skin tone. Which is fine. And like I say, I always can either lighten up or darken it if I need to. Let's do that right there. I've gotten much better at applying this and knowing how much to squeeze out of a tube to apply here. Because that's perfect. That was the perfect amount. Okay. All right. So, okay. Applied. Yes, I look like I have a weird mask on, which is intentional. It's intentional. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add my concealer. So this is a new concealer, if I can find what I did with it. What did I do with you? All right, so this is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. And I have a sneaking suspicion this might be too dark. So in the event that it is too dark, I have a way to lighten it up. Because I had to do this with the concealer that I just bought. Oh, the Sephora concealer. All right, so this is weird because I've never seen a concealer like this in my life where you squeeze it out of this tube. It's not one where you take the thing and you paste it on your face. It's a squeeze out tube like my foundation. And I'm like, really though? Why would you do that? Okay. So I'm taking my Real Techniques brush. This is the Real Techniques 210 Expert Concealer Brush. And I'm doing under my eye. I guess the beauty of this is I can just do this with the brush. So instead of putting it on and then buffing it out, I guess that's a pro. But I feel like this is going to be too dark. And if it is, I have a way to lighten it up immediately because it worked. Like I said, it worked with the Sephora, so. Okay. Okay. All right, so under the eye. We did that under the eye. I have to be a little bit careful here because I'm I'm used to just doing it. So like putting it on and then coming back later and doing this. So I mean it looks all right. It matches my skin tone perfectly. So I may have to put on some other one. I may have to. We'll keep that brush out just in case. Now I'm going to buff this out. This is my Morph M103. I'm mad that with my foundation I cover up my mole because I have a mole down at the bottom. Yeah, that's going to be too dark. I mean, it's a perfect match. If I were doing a perfect match, that would be fine. What I don't want to do is layer this. That's why I'm trying not to layer. That's why I was going through the trouble of putting them on separately and then trying to buff it out and then come back in and do with the concealer. But that is a perfect match for my skin tone. The color is fine if you're doing a perfect match. If you're trying to lighten it up, it's too close. It's not going to lighten. It's going to match. And you don't necessarily want that. If that ain't what you're going for, that's what you're going to get. Now, this foundation is fine. But it just looks like I don't have any concealer on underneath my eyes. The foundation reads a little yellow for me, but it's fine. And it matches my neck. As you can see, this does match my neck. If I come down here and hit her up underneath there. All right. So in order to solve this foundation problem, foundation and concealer matching problem, I have another one that I could use. This is the Essence Silky Blur Hydrating Longwear Concealer. This bad boy is good. I like it. It's a great concealer. However, I bought the wrong shade. many, many ages ago. Wrong shade is going to give you, as you can see, like too bright. That's too bright for me. So what I did was I learned with the Sephora concealer is to just blend her in. Like mix and match. Now that brightens up underneath my eye. This might actually, yeah, I think this is the wrong one. Is this the 180? I think this is the 180. Yep. The 180 is the wrong shade for me. This is the wrong shade for me. Okay. And the reason why I know is because I bought the correct shade. The correct shade is this. If I'm trying to just if I were doing this and not screwing this up right now, correct shade, wrong shade. This is the 230. 230, as you can see, that brown is my shade. If I am trying to use concealer correctly to brighten my under eye. If I'm trying to shade match, this ain't the right one and it's too light. So, but with what I just did with this foundation, this is perfect. Also, with the other concealer that I put on underneath, as you can see, it blends perfectly now. So we color corrected our color correct. Basically, is what I did. Basically, that's what I did. And also, this is brightening now because I have that other shade up underneath there. Because it turns out the Sephora concealer that I picked was too dark if you're trying to do under eye. Like I say, if I want to match, it's perfect. Perfect shade. Really, and the way you're supposed to do this, and we're going to talk about this because I am going to start another series here at Budget Beauty. I'm going to start another series called Budget Beauty Basics. Something along those lines. But it's going to tackle the basics. How do you fix these common mistakes? Through what I've learned through trial and error. I'm going to try to, because that's part of the mission here at Budget Beauty, is that we fix common mistakes, we learn from our common mistakes, and we fix them. So we learn how to do this and do it right. And if you run into something like that, where let's just say you bought the wrong shade, you're like, oh crap, I bought the wrong shade, thinking I was, buying the right one. What we do, we learn how to fix it on the fly. So what basics I have learned, because there are some people who have not. They don't get into makeup and they're just getting into it. They got to learn. I had to learn a lot of stuff when I got back into like wearing makeup full time and a lot, like wearing it every day. So, and some people, man, they just want to be able to put some makeup on to go to work. That's it. That's what they want to do with their makeup. They're not doing a full face of makeup for somebody and having clients and that sort of thing. They're not doing that. So that's why I'm trying to be helpful, and maybe you like, hey, you know what? I just want to be able to put some makeup on to go to work. So how do I do? So stuff like that for people like me who I just like to wear makeup. I do my own makeup for work. I do it for special events. I do it for just for a hobby, because that's what Budget Beauty is here. It's a hobby. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I just want to be able to do it and help people. And I'm on the makeup subreddit all the time, drugstore makeup subreddit. And people are like, hey man, I just got back into makeup. I need suggestions. What should I get? And I'm like, oh, here. These are the people like, what's the holy grail of drugstore mascara? And I'm like, Essence. I'm like, Essence. Go on and get you some Essence. ColourPop. If Juvia's Place made mascara, I'd be the first person to buy it. I buy all of it. So I want to be able to do that. So we'll be doing something with that. And also, I would like to do where I just do like a category, and I just go through my favorites out the category. Now, pretty much, I have to do a caveat here because pretty much everything in my kit I have bought, and I've been like, oh, I really like this. So it's gonna be like almost everything is gonna be a favorite. so it is my opinion that, oh yeah, I use this every day. Like y'all hear me talk about Juvia's Place all the time. I use their eyeshadow palettes all the time. I use their foundation all the time. So stuff like that. So, all right. As y'all can see, I corrected my mistake. My face is done. Okay. At least for foundation wise. Now, let's talk about this blush. I have some new blush from ColourPop. Also one of my favorites. That they just released. This is the blush stick. It's the ColourPop blush stick. And this is in the shade Cool It. So this is a cool toned pink. Okay. Now it is I swatched it earlier on my arm, and it was very sheer. It took a minute, and then once I got it going and I got up under the light, I could see it. Like if I did my arm like this under some light, I could see it where I did it. But it took a minute to get it going. But I want to try this and see. So let me get a brush. This is okay. Because what I don't want to do is on my face. I want to take a brush and do this. So this is the Morphe M204 cream and liquid highlight brush. I'm going to take this, put it on here. See if I can't get it to show up. And then do my liquid blush and cream blush. It is not showing up on my skin. I can kind of sort of see it, but it's not really showing up. So what if I do? I'm going to do it on the back of my hand. It is very, very sheer. But I got to build it. Now, once I build it, I can see it. See, I did it on the back of my hand, and it's this little spot. This area right here. You can see it's very sheer. Very, very sheer. So, let's see if that helps. Not really. Alright, so knowing that. Alright. Let's see if I apply it directly, what happens. This might be a direct apply. See, it moved my... Dang you, ColourPop, you moved my foundation. I don't like that. Now that is displeasing. Because that did move my foundation a little bit. Now, I could put it back in place. But, boy, that's a sheer pink here. That is a super sheer pink. I can't even tell I put anything on my face. And y'all sat up here, watched me do this 3 times. And I cannot tell. Okay. Well, now I'm glad I know that. Oof. ColourPop. That's kind of a miss, ColourPop. Oh, that's kind of a miss. Because I shouldn't have to go through all this to put this on here. Also, don't move my freaking foundation, buddy. Like, I put it there for a reason. Oh, it's very, very, very sheer. And I mean very sheer. I cannot tell I put liquid foundation on. And I can't tell that I put liquid blush on here. Or cream blush. ColourPop. I'm disappointed. But also, though, now, in its defense, it does match my skin tone. So that is why you see I buy a lot. If I'm going to buy liquid blush, I buy a lot of pink, like high pinks. Not cool tone pinks. I buy a lot of hot pinks, bright pinks. because pink like this is not going to show, like it's barely there. Barely right here. I can barely see it over there. And that's after having to add and add and add and add. Yeah, not pleased. Hold on. So I'm going to add another one. Trying to make sure this isn't, I was grabbing the wrong thing. All right. This is the Rare Beauty. I tried this during the buying and trying, and I loved it. This is the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Grace. Okay. That's, like I say, in its defense, that color is very, very, very close to my actual skin tone. In terms of like putting it on with other makeup, it's gonna read really, really, really light. But that also is very sheer. Even when I put it on like my arm, it was sheer. And I ain't got no other makeup on my arm. So I'm like, why are you so sheer on my arm? This is buildable. This also is very subtle. It starts out as very, very subtle, and you can build with it. So, I'm fine with this Rare Beauty one. This is the one that I had my husband buy for me a couple weeks ago when I went in Ulta. And I talked about it in the beauty haul. I actually really like this color. As you can see it. It is helped by the other one, but that's this over here. It does show up. You just have to be very, it's a very subtle blush. And I like it. I actually really like that subtlety. Now, if I want loud blush, I go get Juvia's Place. I'm cool with that. I know the difference. I expect that from Juvia's Place. Another one that's very sheer is Live Tinted. The ColourPop is in between liquid. It's in between. The Ulta Beauty Collection one is actually very good. And it too is, you got to build it. But once you build it, it's fine. Okay. Now, let's talk about setting. So I have a new setting powder that I kind of know what's going to happen here. So this is the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. This is a translucent, supposed to be a translucent. So it's supposed to be a translucent. So we're going to see how this works because I've never used this. And most translucents, I need one that matches my skin tone. Because translucent makes me look ashy. So it makes me look like I just took my whole face and just dipped it in a bunch of powder. Like white powder, which is basically what I did. So I'm going to, I'm looking for a tool to use here. Because I don't want to use the one that I already have. I don't want to mix powders. So I'll use a disposable one. So these are my disposable ones. I'm down to 2 in this thing. I have other ones over there. I just have to clean them. Let's see if I can open this up. All right. So let's... All right. So as per the usual, take your puff, your powder, swirl her around. Tap off some of that excess. Then I am going to take my hand and prime it. And then set. See, immediately you can see the white. That's why I have to be very careful with this. Because yes, it does set. And it looks fine once you get it right. But it also makes my face look super ashy. Now, I bought this because Essence. I know how much I love Essence. So, that's why I bought this. But we're going to have to I can immediately tell I am going to have to darken this down. My skin is going to look super white, powdered, ashy. And no matter how much I go in here and try to fix this, it is not fixing. So, it's not so bad because I have been using this now for a minute or so. So it's not as bad in the other areas, but where I started, yes, because it was a lot. And even after priming it in my hand, it's still a lot. So, yeah, translucent powder is, you have to be very, very cool and careful with translucent powder. That is why they make the deep. It is for people like me who putting that on considerably brightens the face. Yes, but it also makes me look ashy. Makes me look super ashy. Now, I'm going to darken this down just a tad. It don't look terrible. Once I went back in and I did a bunch of this here, we kind of fixed under the eye, but it's still a little bit up underneath the eye, a little bit ashier than I would like. So I got to reach down into my kit to grab what I want to grab. So bear with me. All right. We're going to go ahead and go in the old standby. Get this Wet n Wild. This is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. And she will bring her back on down. Okay. Yep. That's all I needed on that side, was to do that. Now, it's still a little brighter than I want, but it is not terrible. And this one, I do not have to prime it. I learned that I don't need to prime this. It's fine unprimed when I put it on. So yes, that fixed it. That brought everything back down to a normal, not super ashy, but I got a little brightness to my face. And matted. So, now, I will put that back later. So knowing that, because this is great. It did mattify the face. I will give it that. It was matte. But it was a little too ashy for me. Just a little bit. And that's why I don't use a ton. You'll notice I do not use a ton of translucent powder. I use a lot of their, whoever it is, I'm going to use their deep color. All right. So now for the under eye, we'll go ahead and we'll use Mr. Soft Pencil Senior, since I didn't grab one to put in here. He still get the job done up underneath the eye. I don't even know what pencil he was. I don't remember. Okay. And since I ain't going nowhere, I don't really care if he rubs off or not. He could, but see, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just doing my makeup for the weekly episode. And I'm not leaving the house, so it's not that important. Okay. All right. So, eyes are done. Let's talk about powder. Now, I got a new powder blush I want to try out. It is also, I bought this in my little mini Sephora haul. This is the Sephora Colorful Blush. This is in the shade Flirted Up 06. So, curious to see. I like that little Sephora logo all on it. And yes, it does have a mirror. So, grab my powder pencil. All right, so this is the powder M164 powder brush from Morphe. It's a sheer powder. It's probably buildable. It is a matte powder too, so yeah, that's nice. It's very subtle. Okay. It's very, very subtle. Not like crazy loud or anything. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. I do. I like that. And I can see it. It's very pretty. It's a very subtle wash of color there. But that's fine. I actually really like that. Cause like I say, with my powder all the time, I don't necessarily want a large amount of powder. Sometimes I just want that little subtle powder. Okay, so very nice, very nice. That turned out nicely. All right, so let's talk about these lips. So for the lips, because I'm wearing green, I'd like to wear a deeper red, almost a burgundy, like a deep, deep red. And so that's what we're going to do. Now, for the lip liner, this is the NYX retractable lip liner. I know y'all ain't seen me wear this that often recently, but y'all know how much I love it. I do love these NYX lip liners. This is in the shade Plum, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Plum. Okay. I hit up that Cupid's bow. Okay. Now, this color don't work for me. With this lipstick that I chose, I am going to use something else. I'll come back with Mr. Soft Pencil Senior. But for the lipsticks, I chose two Sephora shades. They look very similar. They are not the same shade. I promise you, they are different colors. They are very close in number, and so that's why I think they look very similar. But we're going to use the Sephora Cream Lip Stain, and I have the two shades here. One is number 129. I don't know what the name of it is because they don't bother to put the name on the bottom with the little sticker that tells you what number it is. So there's that. And then number 131. So that's why I say if I hold them up, they're both reds. Now I can tell the difference. This is a deeper one. This is number 131 over here, which that stands to reason. The deeper the shade, the higher the number. And this is number 129. So we'll start with I guess we'll start with the 131 as the base. We'll do the 131 as the base. All right. Oh, this is like a blood red. Huh. Okay. Hmm. It's fine with this plum the plum lip liner. Okay. Yeah, that's a blood red. And I actually really like this red. That is very, like a gothic blood red. It's not like a fire engine red. Okay. And as per the Sephora goodness, it is pretty much dry on my bottom lip already. It takes a minute, but it don't take long. It takes a few, like probably 30 seconds, and then it starts to dry immediately. Like it's drying as I'm putting it on, and I'm like, bro, all right. Now this is also a blood red, but it's a lighter red. Okay. This would go well with a red lip liner, but this is like almost a burgundy. Like it's a almost a candy apple red. Yeah, I really like this. That red is that's a deep red. Now on camera it reads like, oh, there she just put on red lipstick. But this is a deeper type of red. Let me see what's going on with my lashes. Okay. Yeah, that's a deeper type of red. Ooh. Now, there is a red that I would love to get. It rivals the Fenty red. It's from Daphne Beauty. Um, she has a beautiful, beautiful red. It's like this red, except richer and like richer and like just a tad, like a shade brighter than this. I've been looking at it for a minute. My fave Pinup Palmer has worn it several times. I've watched Daphne herself use it. Yeah, I like this. This was a good buy for this. And I love the way that dried down. It's dry. It both layers of those lipsticks are dry. And like I say, they read on camera, they read as like a classic fire engine red, but in person it's a gothic red, a gothic blood red, but it looks good. I like that. I mean, I'm super, super impressed with that. Like, buddy. This is a beautiful red to go with the green. It really makes that green pop. I would have worn this on my, if I had known about this and, I've been wearing makeup regularly, I would have worn this on my wedding day, with my green dress and I'm pleased with the green that I did wear for the eyeshadow. I wore my, Juvia's Place. I'm looking at the palette that I used. Nubian, palette. Nubian 2, I think. I think this is the Nubian 2 palette. Let me see. Yeah, the Nubian 2. I wore the Nubian 2 palette, and I was pleased with that green. This would have been perfect too, with this 5 million layers of green shimmer. But I would have worn that on my wedding day, to go with that green that I wore. I did not wear a transfer-proof liquid lipstick. I wore some other red lip, and it's beautiful, but it got everywhere. And so, yeah, I kind of would have swapped that out and done something different. But yes, I love this. This turned out fantastic. I'm very pleased. All right, so let's wrap her up. We are going to set the face, and I have gone through my collection and figured out what is a matte setting spray and what is not. And I am going to use a new matte setting spray today. This is the She Glam Matte Fresh Setting Spray. This is the matte, actual matte version of this. So we're going to use this, and then I got to use Mr. Sweetful. All right, let's go. All right. Mr. Sweetful. I've not had to charge him since that hurricane came through here in the end of 24. So that's been 2 years. Now I don't use him every day, so there is that. But he holds a charge for a long time. I'm like, buddy, you hold a long charge, guy. So, be keeping him charged in anticipation in the fall of hurricane season coming through. I mean, I wish y'all could see these lips. These lips turned out fantastic. Overall, I'm very pleased with this look. This turned out great, but these lips really sealed the deal. It sealed the deal. I'm like, okay, red lips. Okay, I see you. So, yeah, So, depending on, we did receive, our family friends, save the date. So, August the 15th is when she is getting married. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video or not. But we did get to save the date, and I'm very excited. So we are already, preparing. And all we got is a save the date. We didn't get any like she didn't have her website on there or anything. So, we're going to anticipate that she will probably have some sort of website and say, hey, this is where you go. This is, so details to come, that sort of thing. And so, we're going to see what she's asking for. If she's wanting folks to wear a certain color, do you want, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to get ready for that and be ready so that all we got to do is just buy things. Now, if she comes back and she says, you wear whatever you want, okay, I will probably wear green. We already have, because I can tell you we could wear his jacket. He has a green jacket that we use for our wedding stuff, for our photos that we just did. He can use that. That saves money. And all he got to do, he got all the stuff. He can pull everything together. Husband does. And so I have I'd have to get another green dress, I'm pretty sure. But that's not hard. And August is not hard to find a green dress. Now, if it were like right now, with prom season going on, oh, no. I'm going to wait until June to start looking, because trying to do that during prom season is not smart. Also, you would not get it in time. So, put on my earrings. So, yeah, I'm going to start my search. Like I say, I'll start looking at dresses, even though she hasn't said anything about color-wise and all of that. We will try to see if we can start looking wedding guest dresses, that sort of thing. So I'll have something in mind with a nice color. Like if say like she won't like neutrals like my sister-in-law did, I already have an idea of what I want to do. Um, and I'm trying to think, because I might just wear that same purple dress that I wore to my sister-in-law's wedding. I don't necessarily want to buy another dress. So we'll see. I will definitely keep in mind, because I already have several options ready to go. So not the gold dress though, because y'all, the gold dress was, I fit it when I bought it with some shapewear. When I bought it a year ago, I could fit in it for my sister-in-law's wedding. When we went to go do them photos, your girl couldn't fit in that. I struggled to fit into that dress, and I felt like I stuffed myself into it. So we have to lose a lot of weight before we can get back into that dress comfortably. So we'll see, because your girl ain't trying to go through all of that. I mean, I'll lose weight. I'm working on that, but that was a lot. It was so much. I couldn't move, and I told husband, I was like, I can't sit down in this, and he was like, you can't sit down. What do you? I was like, I can't move, honey. If I turn a certain way, I am in pain. So that's why you see I didn't move a whole lot when I did the end part of those, and we did the photos at the end, because we couldn't do that. Nope. So I learned my lesson. Just buy another dress. So lesson learned. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching. This has been a fun video. I've learned some lessons. I did some things. I've accomplished some things. I've learned some key things about some of this makeup I just bought. Yeah, I think I like what I got, and we'll make do with the things that were kind of disappointing. We'll make do. Figure something out. So thank you for watching. Come back in and watch more of my videos later. I hope to have this posted within the next 2 days or so. Try to get it up and get our content flowing as we should. I have my buying and trying that I also need to edit and post, but I will. And we'll try to get started on our new series and see what we can do with those. So thank you for watching. Come back in and watch me later. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bells and notifications. And that way you get notified when I upload new content. I'll see you later. Peace.